14th Amendment, Section 3. It is so simple. And I don't understand why people are confused about it. This is CBS live, I think it was 11 days ago, live hearing or live arguments. And it is so very clear. They put it up during hearing. No person shall hold any office who, having previously taken an oath, that is a requirement, to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have, and this is the important part. I'm going to skip over the word insurrection. Engaged in rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. It doesn't make sense why people are going back and forth over this, because if you skip over the word insurrection, he still did the rest of it. And the whole point is he hasn't been convicted of any type of insurrection. So why the United States Supreme Court is going over and around and about and saying that Colorado and Maine, because Maine is on hold until they make this decision. Why they are saying that he has to be on the ballot, and then the United States Congress has to move him by 2/3. That makes absolutely no sense. This is what the 14th Amendment, Section 3 says. Whether it's me or Congress or whomever, you can't go back now and undo it. This is what it says. No person shall hold any office. The office of the presidency is a public office, who having previously taken oath to support the Constitution. If he did not take an oath, all of this would be mute. If he wasn't already the president, none of this would even apply. It wouldn't matter if this was Trump's first time and he never ran before, because you can't even be convicted of anything unless you having previously taken the oath to support the United States Constitution. And the issue is he took the oath and then he gave aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Even if it was just a rebellion, because so many people are saying there was no institution. There was no institution. Okay, fine. It was at least a rebellion. And he gave aid and comfort to those people. So my thing about the United States United States Supreme Court is this is what Congress put in place. They can't make a ruling to change it. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, whether it's me, whether it's you. It doesn't matter what word you call it. Leave off insurrection. The rest of this still applies. So he did this to himself. We did not do this. We did not tell Trump to make any of those statements that he made. Of course there was an insurrection, but I just want to erase the word insurrection. I want to erase it because it doesn't make a difference to the 14th Amendment of Section 3. And the arguments that I hear coming from the United States Supreme Court, if I'm made president and they support or overturn this, then they are giving aid and comfort to the enemies. And they will no longer be United States Supreme Court judges. And I think maybe that's why they're doing all this deep seeking, questioning, and wanting the attorneys to get into other case law, which really doesn't exist, about whether Trump can or cannot be on the ballot. You cannot take away a state's right when they hold somebody accountable for 14th Amendment of Section 3 of the United States Constitution. Even if you remove the word insurrection. So I think they're looking after themselves. And that's my main point. I think that the United States Supreme Court justices are looking after themselves when they're trying to decide this. For the very same reason that I am saying, if their ruling is to go against this, they will literally be rebelling against the same or giving aid and comfort to the enemies thereof. There's already been a legislative hearing with both Democrats and Republicans that found Trump guilty of an insurrection. But if you remove insurrection, it doesn't negate the rest of the paragraph. I mean, and they're making the most asinine arguments, they being United States Supreme Court judges, that I have ever heard. These judges are, all of them. And I think they're doing it to protect themselves, not because of anything with Trump. It's like they realize, well, wait a minute, if we start going after the president, then that leaves room that they take away our immunity. They take away our absolute immunity. That's absolutely what I'm going to do should I be made president. Judges will no longer have absolute immunity. They may have some long arm immunity to protect them in carrying out their job, but absolute immunity gone. And this thing right here, this right here is what the framers and the founders wanted to prevent. And so the judges at the United States Supreme Court are literally going against America's Constitution. Once you start breaking down that Constitution and tearing it down and taking it apart, nothing else matters. It's the Wild Wild West. It's like doing the same thing Hitler did. It's very clear. Oh, wait, I think my things are coming up. Hold on one second. Are these my what you call them? Because Diane Miller, Trump 2024. Okay, live chats. All messages are visible. Okay, well, Diane Miller of 2024 who wants Trump, that's fine, but it's not about Trump. That's literally the thing that I said. That's why I'm holding this up. This is the 14th Amendment. Let's take away the word insurrection. There was a rebellion against the same, what the United States. When you start, this is the same thing that Obama did. If you chip away at the United States Constitution, then it can be changed and altered and changed and altered. And what we're going to wind up with is we're going to be a country like Russia. We're going to be a country like England, where those in power get to make the decision and change the laws when it's about to be about them. So I understand that people want Trump and people want Biden, but I want a country more than I want either one of the two of them. Because it's not time. My time isn't up on this earth. They're almost at the end of the rope of their time. What are we going to live under if we let the United States Supreme Court justices deconstruct the 14th Amendment, Section 3? They're asking the most asinine questions to both of the attorneys that I've ever heard. I understand Trump's attorney wants to defend him. I understand the Colorado's attorney wants to, have it upheld. But just for Americans, sometimes y'all have to look past Trump, Biden, left, right. Y'all got to look past that, because it is us that's going to be affected. If Colorado says he can't be on a ballot, obviously he won't have enough to get the votes so that he could become president. That's obvious. He has to have Colorado. Maine is also doing the exact same thing, but they are waiting for this decision. And then they're going to take Trump off of their ballot. So that'll be 2 states that he's going to need in order to get the votes from the Electoral College to be president. This is a lot bigger than that for Americans. And this is why there's so many migrants in this country. And this is why people in Congress are allowing them to vote after 3 months of coming here and working as a TPS worker. And the reason they're doing that is because if we don't give them what they want, if we, the American people, aren't capitulating to what the capitalists want, this is what they're going to start do. They're going to have those judges deconstruct the United States Constitution. And this is right from the hearing. I didn't pull this up.
Case's opinion in 1869 in Griffin's case to start, which says that Congress has the authority here, not the states. That's followed up by the Enforcement Act of 1870, in which Congress acts upon that understanding.
Now, if Congress is the one who has the authority, that was Congress who created that. It is Congress who did not take it out because the 14th Amendment had more stuff in it, but they specifically left that in. So if they wanted to remove that, it would have been gone. They didn't remove it. They left it in. Oh, let me go back to where it was because now people can't see what I'm talking about. If they wanted to remove this section back in when the Congress amended the amendment and they took out some of the wording, they would literally have taken this out and they left it in. So you can't tell a state, okay, well, you have your laws and you have evidence because Congress had a hearing with Democrats and Republicans. And now you have the United States, which Colorado and Maine relied on to remove Trump. Now you have the Supreme Court justices questioning the attorney. Well, what do you have from Congress? They literally did, which got on my nerves. They literally had hearings on the insurrection and found that Trump committed insurrection, rebellion, incited riots. So even if you take away the insurrection part, he still incited riots. He still got those people from where they were a mile down to there because they listened to him. That's inciting. That's inciting. And when you tell someone, I'm your leader, I want you to go there and go to that building and I want you to blow horns, that's okay. But when you tell them to go in and kill Mike Pence against another officer and to go in the building and make sure that they disrupt the process of the votes being given to another person, that's where you get into rebellion against the state, even if you don't want to call it an insurrection. So I just wanted to put that out there because I'm campaigning on it. And I wanted people to understand and I wanted people to see it, whether you vote for me or not. Not voting for me is not voting for yourself. To keep voting for Trump and Biden is to keep voting for the capitalists who keep raising the rents, who keep raising the amount for cars, who keep lowering the payment of jobs, who keep hiring migrants, who keep using our tax dollars to fund other people from other countries that they won't even give to us. So if you don't want to support me, there are other people running besides Biden and Trump. And I wish people in America would wake up. There are other people running. You're never going to hear our names. You're never going to see us on the news because they don't want a regular person like you and me to run for president of the United States. I am, but they don't want us. Have a good day.